Alright, welcome in everybody. Another episode of the TCP SuperSystem. I'm your creator. You can call me Jason. Hopefully you're going to enjoy the one we got tonight. We got a couple signals today, a couple potential trend reversals, and a couple of confirmed uptrend signals. So we're going to go through a couple of those today real fast. And we may come back with another video. We got some specific XRP news and Cardano news we thought was relevant, so we may come back. Uh, Look above my head, you'll notice that this is free. We are bringing you the signals and our interpretations for free. Uh, Obviously, with that said, we do have to say none of this is financial advice. The interpretations, the signals, it's all for informational purposes. But we do hope that it can help you in your research efforts. We will tell you once again, we leverage this system to find extraordinary opportunities, whether it's going to the up or downside, and hopefully you can leverage this in some way. But it is not a recommendation to buy or sell, but we will help interpret the signals and how we leverage it to make alpha returns. So let's get into it. And as always, we want to keep this thing free, so please like, share, subscribe. We appreciate the support. And with that, we will go ahead and let's go ahead and look at the potential trend reversals. And then to wrap it up, we'll look at a couple of the confirmed. So first one was SUI today. Oh, has that changed to a confirmed? Okay, so this is still, or is that yesterday? One second. That's today. So yeah, so as of today, SUI's actually got a confirmed uptrend signal. You can see it just, let me see if I can even spread this out a little bit. So it's just starting to flip now. So that is a great sign for SUI. You can see, looking at our hot sensors at the bottom, again, short term, medium term, long term, looking at color scheme and crossovers. Color scheme, white, gray, blue, yellow, orange, red. Red being the areas where we want to begin to evaluate opportunities to either scale in or scale out depending on what side it's on. But you can see we got a crossover on the short term, so it's, maybe it's a good indicator. We've come down significantly, and maybe now it's time to turn. But you can see this orange line is the 50-day moving average, so it kind of hit that today a little bit. We got some resistance. We'll see what happens. Again, looking at the medium and long-term hot sensors, we are seeing color scheme improvement. So going from yellow to blue on the long term. Maybe not quite there yet, but we'll see. Mean reversion at the top. Again, the red line is our volatile, it's our fast line. You got extreme zones in the hash lines, extreme zones in the bottom side, and then opportunity zones, green and red here. So what we want here is for this fast red line to be up in these extremes and actually maybe even go up above it and stay above it or in it, while the red and orange go up through that green zone. And see, the orange has already started here, and then the blue is the slowest line, so it's trending upward, and we just need it to get there. If that blue line can get there and stay above that green zone, we may be in some good shape here on SUI. So for those out there that like SUI, I guess you could say it's an emerging layer one, but I think it's got a lot of good times ahead with tokenization and just other things in the DeFi space. Um, so yeah, not looking too bad here. Nothing really else to say about it. You can see, we really started this current downtrend back in sometime around middle of January. So just like everything else, we've seen a downtrend for the last couple months. Let's see. Next one up will be, let's go Jito. So that one you can see, this is actually kind of interesting. So this one just came in tonight at like 8:16, so about 30 minutes ago. And sorry if you hear that, we got a big thunderstorm going on in the back. So you can see again we hit a big downtrend back here. Let's see if we got no red up there, but you can see one of our favorite signals that we consider the most opportunistic is the dark green diamonds, and that triggered on actually back-to-back days. So let's just give you the most recent one. So April 7th, so about 2 weeks ago. And you can see it's right down here near the bottom, and maybe actually be a little bit lower than the current price. Um, Now the key down here in the hot sensors is it was actually in the orange. So that's I mean, that would be a call you would have to make. Usually we like it to be in the red, but it wasn't. So this thing could still hit here and then or hit here and then continue downward. We'll see. We're not quite out of the woods yet here, but the dark green diamonds are typically where we want to enter or scale in, at least for the way we leverage it. And then you can see here the yellow up triangle is our potential trend reversal, which is today, and that was at 8:16. That's Central Standard Time, that is. And again, we are seeing color scheme improvement on all three, but no crossovers on the hot sensor. So that's why I'm saying we might not be there just yet. And then the orange and blue lines on the mean reversion data, they're still pretty low. They need to get a little bit higher. So one to watch, but not quite there yet. Next one we'll look at are some confirmed trend reversals to the upside, and we've got actually there's two for XLM or Stellar, so we'll take the most recent one, which is tonight. So we'll delete that first one. So let's look at Stellar. Man, this one's come down a lot, upwards of what 62 cents down to 25 cents now. But you can see again potential trend reversal. Now, a couple days later, now we're getting a confirmed trend reversal, and we always say give either one of these yellow signals at least a day or two just to let it materialize and confirm. Again, looks like it kind of hit up off that 50-day moving average, came back down a little bit. We're getting the confirmation. The red volatile line in the mean reversion is up in those extremes like we like it. The orange is approaching or just entering the opportunity zone. That's green. See if we can bust this out a little bit here for you. So you can see that, and the blues approaching. So this is a fantastic setup for what we would typically like to see. Again, crossover on the short-term hot sensor, improving color scheme on the medium and long-term. So this one's getting very close. And again, Stellar, just like HBAR, XRP, they're all in the tokenization space. You make it say XLM's going to be for payments as well, kind of like XRP. So obviously this is one that we do have a position in. Do not have a position in Jito, and do not have a position in SUI yet. And then the last one for the night will be Filecoin. Let's just take a look here at Filecoin. Okay, so Filecoin back in what's that? That's back in November. We got a dark red diamond, which is typically a place we like to sell. And I want you to look at this. This is a prime example. This is a beautiful setup. So we had a potential with a confirmation, conversion to a green cloud, which is your uptrend. We didn't eat that, and that was the only dark red diamond we got. And you can see, just like we've been saying, that red volatile line got up into the extremes. It was a little volatile, but the orange and blue were up there as well, and they kind of stayed up there until really right about here, which, you could have gotten out well before the confirmed. Oh, there we go. There's some Bitcoin volume around the world. Bottom right screen, fiat leak. Trading volumes, that's Bitcoin you see. Currently 88,534. But getting back to Filecoin here, you can see on this mean reversion data too, these X's up here correspond to the line. So blue, any shade of blue, any shade of orange or brown would be your orange line, and then the reds would be your red X's. But yeah, as soon as you hit that dark red diamond, again, that's typically a generally good area to consider scaling out. And if you would have done that, you would have hit this one pretty close to the high. Then we got that potential downtrend, confirmed downtrend, and there down we went. Hit a dark green diamond around 290. Granted, we're at 261. So it's not perfect, but look, I mean, we're talking about 30 cents. So now we're getting a potential trend reversal with a confirmation. Fast line up in the extremes or close to it. Orange entering the opportunity zone. Blue trailing just a bit. Color scheme improvement. Color scheme improvement. Crossover on the short term. So again, looking pretty good for Filecoin. So I guess to wrap it up, that was the 4 we got today. Not looking too bad for some of those. Again, given these confirmations, give it a day or two, let it materialize, and you should be looking pretty good. But we'll continue to bring these alerts to you every day. We just ask that you help support the channel, like, share, subscribe, so we can keep this thing free. And hopefully some of this information can change your life like it's changing our life. With that, we'll see you in the next one. Best trading.